You said my real name.
You're gonna sign on this side, then put it on this side.
Thank you, man.
Is that K?
Yeah, hey, say it's your boy. I'm tuning in for another video. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, say I'm. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of got this bit clean. You feel me? The purpose of this video is I wanted to perhaps talk about what I'm gonna do next with the truck, etc., etc. So maybe perhaps if you watching and following along with your boy, you know what I'm talking about, you can see how I move for real type of time. You know I hope that Air League ain't pissing y'all off too much. Yeah, so look, I went back, watched the video, the little clip. I said, damn, the little hissing too loud, so shit, I'm gonna switch over to my pickup. So boom, I really wanted to make a video about some of the stuff that you can do once you get your truck to prevent catastrophic failure. I wanted to make this video because I think it'll help. Long story short, like if you watch the videos in sequence, like you watch the video about it's titled How to Find and Buy Any Type of Truck, right? So if you watch that, then you watch the same process when I went to go get the Classic, and then following up, here's a video of me telling you what I'm gonna do now that I done got it. And some of these things can save you a whole lot of money, a whole lot of heartache, headache, etc., etc., if you was to so choose to do so. You know, the first thing that I really want to get done, it's almost not even optional for me, is going to be rod and main bearings, and we gonna get an overhead ran. Buddy told me he ran the overhead not too long ago. I do believe him, but I need to do it for me. See what I'm talking about? I got to know I tried and made sure I secured everything on my end. We can't fumble the ball. You know, we didn't come this far, we can't fumble the ball. You feel me? So rod and main bearings. Let me get you to understand that. So basically, rod and main bearings, when they change them, they should be able to look at your crank. They'll be able, of course, to look at the bearings and all that stuff like that. And it should overall give you a bill of health for the bottom end of the motor, right? And if I'm not mistaken, they should be able to even look up into the actual liners to see if anything look funny too. You know, type of time like that. But I want them to. I want to do rod and main bearings. Then I want to get the overhead. By me getting the overhead ran, it'll basically give you a bill of health for the top half of the motor as well. Get your valve, make sure all your valve lashes are correct. I'm sure they can look at injectors and all that type of stuff, so you could basically get an overall bill of health, top and bottom of the truck. Them is the main things that I want to do, point blank period. I got to have that done. You know what I'm talking about? Because what's so important about the rod and main bearings, at the bare minimum, it'll keep you from damaging your crank. It'll keep you from slanging a rod. And it'll also keep you from putting a hole in the block. You see what I'm saying? So I'd much rather pay that money just to be sure and to save this motherfucker than to up and put this bitch straight on the road, take somebody else's word for it, which in this case, his word might be good, but I got to know. So rod and main bearings for sure. We're going to do overhead. I also put on my list possible bull gear. I put possible because Buddy had a bull gear that he told me he would sell me, but he told me when he redone the truck that they inspected the bull gear and it did not need one, so he just kept the part. So that's why I say possible bull gear with this truck. And of course I need to get all the oil seeps and leaks fixed. Of course Detroit's just naturally have oil leaks and shit like that, but that's kind of lower on that list. But the very first thing, remember, is the rod and main bearings and the run overhead. Now, Buddy told me, if you look in the video, that the transmission had a leak, and he got the seal for it in the truck. He just never did put it in, I guess. So here's my thing with that. I need to get that leak looked at and fixed, right? So my mechanic told me that since I couldn't affirmatively tell him where the leak was coming from, he's going to inspect it and do it himself or whatever. That's fine with me. So here's my thing is, if they don't have to take it down to fix the leak, cool. I need you to do an adjustment on the clutch, and I need you to inspect them U-joints in the drive line as well. So if they do have to take it down to fix the leak, then if that's the case, I still need you to inspect the clutch and the clutch brake. And if it was so happen to need one, go ahead and put that in there while the trans is down anyways. Ain't no use of coming back and paying double labor. See what I'm saying? If you got to fix the leak, the trans already be down. Let's go ahead and do a clutch and clutch brake while we here. You know what I'm saying? I got on here other shoe shine if needed. Starter, alternator, water pump, batteries, oil cooler, boots, clamps, hoses, belts. I need to change the diff oil. I may or may not get a new fifth wheel, depending on how I feel. And once I get all the leaks taken care of, I need to get it pressure washed real good to get all that old residue, all that old stuff up out of there. That way I can monitor and make sure everything is tight for sure. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing. I'm just going to accumulate the parts and whatnot at my own leisure. Like, there's no rush. That's kind of the beautiful thing about it. Okay, let's address this. I know you can say, well, damn, dude, you just spent a lot of money on the truck. You getting ready to spend some more. Don't quite look at it like that. Here's the thing with that. Especially with the ride and main bearings. Wouldn't you rather pay, I believe my mechanic told me it was going to be $1,300 in labor. And he told me normally the ride and main bearings will run you about $750. So let's do the math on that real quick. Let's do the math on that. Let's do the math. $1,300 plus $750. That's parts and labor. That's $2,050. Wouldn't you rather pay that $2,050 rather than to potentially put a hole in the block? Then you're gonna have to source another engine. That's gonna be bare minimum $8,000-$9,000. Then depending on where you at, you're gonna have to go get the motherfucker. Then you got to pay for it. Go get it, bring it back. And then if you were smart, you still gonna put rod and main bearings in the motherfucker to make sure it don't happen again. So why not just take my time and address everything the first time? And this is really my main point is, I know you can say, damn, bro, you putting all that money up front. Yes. And I would encourage you to put the money up front as well, because the way I see it and how I stand on it is, sure enough, keep in mind, y'all, I still have a company job. Don't let that go over your head. I still have a company job. You feel me? So why not let my company checks pay for the shit that I want? Whether if I need it or not. It's my discretion now. You see what I'm saying? So, forgot the whole point I was finna make with that. But my point was, sure, you put the money up front, but I guarantee you, you're going to make it back problem free. You're going to make it back without stressing. You're going to make it back without being on the side of the road. You see what I'm saying? Plus, my plan, once I get this motherfucker seen about and done the way how I want it, I'm trying to take off. It's business only on me. I'm trying to run this motherfucker. See what I'm talking about? I'm trying to get the motherfucking money back, shout. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I need him to be. Look, bro. I tell everybody this. I talk to in real life. When you used to play sports, y'all practice after school in the privacy of after school, right? So when you got in public and got ready to play the game, you knew what to do, you had a strategy, and you was trying your best to win, right? And you probably did win, right? Same thing with trucking. Our practice is going to the mechanic, addressing the shit that we know needs to be addressed, precautionary shit, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I practice at home. So when it's time for me to play ball, we know how to play ball, and we can stay on the court, point blank, period. So that's why I personally don't mind putting my money up for the truck. See what I'm saying? Because I make this shit back peacefully. I make this shit back without being a statistic. I make that shit back without a tow bill. I make that shit back without fat ass roadside. See what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it. Till next time, I see you then, y'all. With that old ass truck, how you picking up and dropping with that old